ACTA and why you should care about it. Outside the US, there is no SOPA. SOPA is a US thing. And ACTA is, in a lot of ways, the counterpart to SOPA in the EU. The Anti-Counterfeiting Trade Agreement is more or less a treaty between 22 governments that says that they will respect counterfeiting laws by blocking websites that are selling counterfeit goods. However, because of the way the bill is worded, this includes a lot of things that we might not consider counterfeit, and it doesn't set up any due process requirements to make sure that it isn't abused. For example, let's say that you have a Coach-inspired or Louis Vuitton-inspired handbag. You could have a nice brown handbag with some, tan diamonds on it, and it would look like a Louis Vuitton from 100 feet away, but wouldn't up close. Well, under ACTA, anybody selling that bag could have their site just removed from the internet, just like SOPA was planning to do with pirated content. Now, ACTA is mostly about the sale of physical goods in the online space, so it's a little different than the way SOPA was about movie and piracy stuff, but the idea is the same, and in a lot of ways it's worse, because when you're talking about what is lost through somebody watching a movie that they didn't pay for with piracy, people will make the argument, oh, well, the movie company didn't lose any money. Well, they didn't get the sale, and that cost them money. But with the counterfeit, it's more like, I did a reenactment of this movie, and somebody watched it, and so they didn't like my movie because they saw the reenactment. I'm going to sue them. And I don't even have to sue them, I can just have their stuff removed from the internet. And that, it seems kind of silly to me, especially since it's pretty hard to say what is counterfeit. A whole bunch of small cars look a lot alike these days. Telling the difference between an Aveo and a Yaris and a Mini Cooper and a Peugeot and a Renault and all of those ultra compact cars is pretty hard. If you pulled the badges off, you probably couldn't tell the difference. But somehow magically with handbags and such like that, it's a problem. There are enough trademark laws that allow for people to say, hey, you cannot put a fake Louis Vuitton logo on your purse. That would be illegal. The idea that a near match or inspired by can get a site removed from the internet is pretty stupid. And the fact that all that the site has to be doing is linking to the content, they don't even have to be selling it, is even more stupid. Because if I wanted to have your website taken down, all I'd have to do is go out and say in the comments and forums, go buy fake Louis Vuittons from here, or go buy a fake Rolex from here. And that would then, be enough that somebody else could send a takedown notice, and your site would just be removed from the internet. I don't ever like a law that says there doesn't have to be a judge making the decision about what should be done. Anytime that you can just fill out some paperwork and have bad things happen to somebody, it is going to be abused. And so that's the reason that you should be anti-ACTA. If you're American and saying this doesn't apply to me, well, the one criticism that I have as an American is this was done as a sole executive order, which means that Obama signed this and doesn't have the authority to. It's definitely considered in anybody's legal scholars as a treaty, and a treaty has to pass the Senate, and ACTA didn't. Obama signed it, poof, we've agreed to it. Any site in the U.S. could be taken down for counterfeiting like that by the request of somebody in Japan or any of the other places that have signed this agreement. And The idea that somebody in another country can fill out a form and take your website down shouldn't happen.